There you go. No, good Lord.
Little tippy.
Oh,
That's a
just
bird.
nice and easy. Turn downhill. Turn downhill. What's up, Brite Nation? So although Trail Hero is officially over, we are still in Utah because we have a couple more things we have to do before we leave. One of those is we're actually filming a ton of brand new awesome content and interviews for E3 Offroad. And they involve someone super special, and I want to introduce to you Mr. Bob Wohlers.
Where's the applause?
Yes, thank you.
So,
thank you.
Obviously,
Oh, yes,
if you're a member of E3 Offroad, you'll get really familiar with him very quickly. We're filming a ton of stuff this next couple of days. We're actually going to be filming it with Mr. Justin from Factor 55 as well, which I'm sure all of you remember. But Mr. Bob Wohlers, if you don't recognize that name and you are into off-roading, you really should get familiar with it because this dude is a master of many things. History-wise, he actually wrote the Patty books.
A lot of them.
So if you're into scuba diving, that should sound extremely familiar to you. But those aren't the only books that you've written.
No, I left the scuba industry. I still dive, but now I want to do somewhat the same thing for off-roading. We've written a series of books for off-roaders to help them be safe. And this is the book that we were spending a lot of time with this weekend, The Total Approach to Getting Unstuck.
This thing is the Bible of Bibles when it comes to recovery, basically.
Okay, you're elevating me to a new high.
No, it is. It's absolutely insane. And just so you know, this isn't the only book. There's a series.
Yep.
There's two others, and a fourth is currently being produced as we're speaking.
So one on survival for off-roaders, and one on raising your vehicle in challenging terrain and infield tire repair. And the fourth book is titled Understanding Four-Wheel Drive Vehicles, How to Purchase, Modify, and Drive Off-Road.
In case you want to check these out for yourself, this is the reason I really wanted to introduce them, obviously on the YouTube channel as well as on E3 Offroad, because I think it could really benefit a ton of our subscribers. But these books in general, they're called the Offroad and Overland Adventure Infobooks. So you can definitely you can buy them on Amazon, correct?
On Amazon. So if you're very interested in the books, just go to my website, which is discoveroffroading.com. And I also have a monthly training newsletter. I'm not trying to sell you anything,
No.
but it's a little newsletter on new equipment, on new techniques off-road, new trails.
This is such a wealth of information, and so many people I honestly believe could benefit from this and from Mr. Bob Wohlers here. We're not telling you you have to buy the books, we're not telling you you have to check them out, but if you're new to off-roading, and honestly, even if you aren't new, I guarantee you, even if you've been doing this for years,
You'll
there
learn
is
something
in here that you could possibly learn to make you better and safer off-road and on the trails. Mr. Bob Wohlers, you guys. And
Thank
of course,
you, Lite Brite.
yeah.
I appreciate the time.
Absolutely, and of course, if you are a member of E3Offroad.com, you'll see a ton more of him and learn a lot more from him, and we're hoping to get you better, easier, and possibly discounted access to these books as well.
Could be.
Kevin, what do you got there? What did we just buy?
A whole convenience store?
This is how prepared we are, guys. So we got Frito scoops. Look at this. We got Arizona cheese, some muffins, some Hostess donuts. We ate cheese dip and bean dip, and Kevin got a couple Mountain Dews. We are prepared for this trail.
Prepared for 2 days off-road. High five.
You ready? It's so windy and cold. Okay, guys, so
She was a girl on a wagon train.
we have officially made it to Hole in the Rock here
Heading
in
west
Utah.
across the
Kevin,
plains.
it's really cold outside. I'd like to get through this intro. Somehow it went from like 80 plus degrees outside in Sand Hollow to like 30 something degrees outside
The
here
train
in Utah.
got lost in a summer storm.
Good. All right, so we're at Hole in the Rock
There's a
in
wagon
Utah.
tail train,
I'm
right?
also attempting a lav mic for the very first time ever. So we'll see if that works or not because it's so windy. My other mic is not working at all. All right, guys, are y'all ready?
She's too cold to even do a proper intro.
We have 7 brave souls
Yeah.
that are willing to join us on this trail.
Hold on, how far did everybody drive?
7 hours.
7 hours? 4,
6 hours.
And 6
And about 7 hours from Hurricane for us as well. So we're all going on Holy Rock, which is about a 2-day trail. It's about 39 miles in, and then another 39 miles back out. And none of us, has anyone else done this before? No, so it is our first time for all of us. Hopefully no one dies, hopefully we don't get lost, and hopefully we don't run out of fuel. Let's do it.
So I just listened to the audio, and turns out the lav mic works exceptionally well. Maybe too exceptionally
Yeah, sort
well.
of. It's a bit blown out.
I can't talk my normal voice talking level.
So here's the thing. It's super windy outside, and we didn't get any of the wind noise, but it was blown out because we were talking loud because of the wind. So you don't get wind noise, but I don't know.
So I have to like whisper.
Why don't you just talk a little bit lower?
Not very. I can try.
Oh my God, do not put that on your mother.
Oh my God.
We'll have to do a test
Goodbye,
with your
everybody's
mom.
eardrums.
Yeah.
My mom's never allowed to use the lav mic. Yeah, so that works. It cuts out the wind noise. I think it'll be fantastic for interviews when we're like in garages or any space that's echoey, or we're having to stand further away from the camera. My other mic doesn't pick up the audio as well. So I think it'll have its benefits, but it's not picking up the wind noise, and it is insanely windy today. So we'll see. I'll try to talk quieter. So far this trail isn't actually too difficult. We haven't hit any like crazy obstacles, but it is really pretty. There are literally views everywhere you go, and it's almost like the doozy but with better views, and it doesn't beat the absolute crap out of you, and you can actually get up to like 10, 15, 20 miles an hour even in some spots, which is really nice. And there's little fun bits here that still make it entertaining. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo! You were teetering on 2 wheels there for a second. Yeah.
I felt it for a second.
Jelly belly! Oh my goodness! Perfect. There you go. Here's a little bit of flex. Okay, there you go. Nice and easy right here. You're gonna teeter just a little bit.
There you go.
There you go. Whew.
Little bouncy.
Nice.
Now you guys might remember our good old friends from Wizard 005. Miss Felicity here.
Hi.
And their beautiful, beautiful Gladiator. They decided to join us at Hole in the Rock. Oh,
Nice.
locked.
Perfectly balanced.
You wanna go drive her a little bit?
That's great. Yeah. You might need to turn your locker on.
There you go. No, good Lord.
Little tippy.
Oh,
That's a
just
bird.
nice and easy. Turn downhill. Turn downhill.
Turn downhill.
Oh, good. Okay. Holy grail. Ah, sweet. Nah.
I couldn't see anything.
Thank you for making that extra interesting.
You're welcome. That was a little tippy right there.
It's just a little bit tippy. Jelly, are you being spoiled?
So did the
Always
rock all
spoiled.
break
Are you
away
being a
when I
spoiled pups? I can taste the sand. That looked like it got sketchy, Kev. So there wasn't like a ton of information online about this trail in regards to like coordinates and exactly where the trail is and all that sort of stuff. However,
No, we're like the start of the trail, yes, that was no issue.
yeah, at the start of the trail, but like once you get onto the trail, because a lot of this is slab, so sometimes it's hard to figure out where the lines are. Or normally it would be, but this trail is very well marked, as you can see.
There's a really big sign telling me which way to go.
No joke. Check that out. You've also got these stakes throughout the slabs to help kind of mark your way as you go. That way you don't get lost. Oh, almost. There you go. There aren't any like insane obstacles. You can see there's like an easier route, but there's some fun little climbs and drop-offs throughout this entire trail so far, which is pretty freaking rad. Monsters doing work, doing work, doing work.
Whoa, wow, wow. Oh, you stopped.
And the views here, if you haven't already figured it out, are astro-freaking-nomical.
Yeah.
Like everywhere you look.
Yeah, it's super nice. So it's like a chill trail that is super scenic. It's like a Sunday cruise.
Yeah. But with fun bits and better views. Actually be a really good trail to take like your wife or your kids out on for the very first time off-roading.
I wouldn't call it exactly a beginner's trail.
A stock Rubicon can make it through this.
Oh yeah, no
hands down,
problem.
easy peasy. The only downside is it is literally in BFE, middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
If you cut a tire, ran out of fuel, broke something, you're not getting rescued.
Yeah.
Although there is service.
I have Verizon, and I've had service so far about 70-80% of this trail.
I've got AT&T, and I've had it like 30% of the trail. So.
Buddy system. Just make sure you're not the only Rick, and make sure you're
Yeah.
equipped. So far, we love it a lot. It's so chill. Like Jelly Belly is being a sleepy pup. Passed out. Hey, sleepy pups. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. So nearing the end of day one, and we're almost to Gray Mesa. We just passed. It's called Marble Camp or Marble Canyon, I think, and it's called that because it's because of these guys right here. These little sandstone marble balls that literally naturally fall out of the canyon. I guess I honestly don't know
all over the place.
physically how these are made.
Geologically?
Anyways, I don't know how erosion does this, but if you check them out, they're like super round and super neat.
Super ballsy.
They're super ballsy. Like Kevin.
Ah.
So over here, these are the steps that the Mormons, oh look at a lizard, actually carved into the stone. That way the horses could climb up here. And from what I was told, the women used their aprons to bring sand to put into the steps so the horses could get better, purchase. To which point Kevin said, well, what were they purchasing? But yeah, anyways. And as you keep climbing, you find more and more of these little steps carved into the, I don't know if mountainside, mesa side?
You're good, come down. 1 foot from the drop, 6 inches. There you go. That's all you need. Yeah. Easy, easy. Just be careful coming down because of the spare. Easy, easy. You're good. Slow right here. Slow. You're good. You're on bumper. Slow, slow. And you're down. Good job. Not bad down that way. Yeah, that was pretty good. That's your hitch. You're good. You're fine. You're almost down. Bumper. Go. Hitch. There you go, yeah. Good job. Because you have Dynatrack axles in a Hemi doesn't mean you have to totally stop paying attention.
Wow.
So the guys drove past what was supposed to be our camping spot. So it looks like we're just going to go to the top of Gray Mesa.
I think so.
And we're going to camp up there somewhere, I suppose. But we've come to a stop because supposedly there's a really bad washout up here. You have to be careful not to, fall off the mountain and die.
I think I'm okay. Let me know when I tip over.
Will do.
I think you'll know when you tip over.
So it's less that you get close to the washout, more that you just get really tippy at the washout. There you go. You're good. You're fine. Keep coming straight. There you go. It doesn't look super sketchy, to be honest. I mean, minus the giant, massive, cliffy drop-off thing. But I'm saying, like, as far as the Jeep goes, you weren't really all that tippy. Just for those of you that might doubt the drop-off. Guys, look at all the little rock marbles. They're everywhere. Did you just burp air?
Disconnected it. Well, I got the electronic disconnect.
You might need longer end limits. It doesn't look like it defeated, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it.
If that had flipped earlier, when you were climbing, it might have pushed into the tire, like if you turned. Yep.
The chunk.
So sway bar probably flipped at some point, and then as you were turning, it probably just.
It just dug into it. Yeah, look at that.
That sucks.
This one's really rusty too.
That's what they all say. So every time, we bought the ARB jack, and now people are like, no, high lifts are way better.
And then this happens.
And then this
And
happens.
then
So
you're
they're like, let me use your ARB. I was like, no, I want to show people why I don't use a high lift.
You're just trying to pull it up.
Although our Jeep is like, way the up there.
Yeah, you can.
It's
Look at Joey up there.
Oh, there you go.
That was moving.
Okay.
Too high.
So just so you guys know, what we did is we actually reconnected the sway bar here, and it's locked. He has an electronic sway bar disconnect. So we reconnect the whole sway bar. So hopefully this comes off the ground a little easier so we don't have to strap the wheel to the axle.
Oh, you didn't loosen it? You lifted it before you loosened it. Oh, you did?
She's so vicious. She's gonna tear her pants.
Sorry, these are my bad.
Look at these bad manners. You see how her bad manners have escalated? Do y'all see how these bad manners have escalated? Good girl.
Good girl.
She's a good girl.
She's a good girl. Go get Mamos. Go get her.
Oh my gosh! Oh Jesus!
This is the only high lift jack I've ever had to bang the springs.
Really?
That was this
Yeah.
bad.
Mine did too, so that's why I was like, no, never again.
That's so funny.
High lift jacks.
If you start losing signage, pro tip, look for the stacked rocks. People actually kind of stacked rocks along the trail so you can kind of get an idea of where your route is, which is kind of neat.
I also gotta go back to say, it was good up until that campground for first timers. After that,
The Marble Canyon.
Marble Canyon.
Or Marble Camp, or whatever it was.
The rest of it, it starts getting pretty, I don't know that I would do it for a first timer at all, or with a
Not
family
for
a
a
first
first timer. Basically climbing Gray Mesa. At that point, once you start to climb Gray Mesa, it starts to get a little more sketchy if you're not familiar with off-roading and you don't like shelf roads or off-camber situations.
Yeah.
So, but up until that point, not that big a deal.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, you guys, I know I say this often, and honestly, I can't say it often enough, but views like this, moments like these, are why we do what we do. And it's why I encourage everyone to go out there, explore, live your life, enjoy the world around you, specifically with the people that you love, because this, hands down, I'm not gonna lie, is probably one of the most beautiful views we have ever had on any trail ever. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous. Holy crap.
So the sun went down and we passed a couple camping spots, and now this is kind of the predicament we're in. That's the chute. You can see some of the guys coming down, but we haven't been able to find any other places to camp because we're all on hard rock right now, hard sandstone. So,
by the way, you guys, so these stacked rocks right here, this part of the trail specifically, after all the campgrounds, once you're on top of Gray Mesa and everything, is probably one of the least marked trails we've ever been on, with the exception of these stacked rocks. I'm not sure if someone maintains it this way, but there's zero signage. However, someone did go through and they literally stacked rocks to keep you on path.
Big rocks.
Big rocks.
Like, thank you.
That's the only way we're navigating right now. Well, I take that back. Someone has a general map, but we're in the lead, which is funny because we don't have a map. So I don't know why we're leading. All
right, so we finally found a campground last night, about 4 miles from the very, very end of the trail. We were making that last 4-mile trek as we speak, which is pretty... It looks a little worse than it is, but it's still it's a little sketchy. Definitely some weird, random, rocky trails that don't quite look like they should be trails, but they are, so let's have fun. So that definitely would have been super sketchy
Last night?
Yeah. This trail is...
This might be one of my favorite trails so far.
I think it honestly is. These views are better than Moab views, honestly, in my opinion. More or less made it to what is kind of the end of the trail. There's tracks that go down a little bit further, but we do know, we've read up that at some point it does become illegal to take motorized vehicles down along those trails. You can obviously hike down. I think there's actually a hiking trail that goes all the way down to the lake, which is freaking awesome. But at this point, we've reached a pretty solid turnaround where we can start making our way all the way back. But guys, this hands down has become probably not just one of my favorite trails, but probably one of the most beautiful trails we've ever been on in terms of just overall scenery. And the thing is, every time you crest a hill, the scenery's a little bit different. It's just been a really, really awesome trail. That might have a lot to do with the views. It might have a lot to do with the trail itself and the fact that there's technical spots, some sketchy spots, a lot of easy, just relaxing spots. It also might have to do with the fact that we're with an amazing group as well. But whatever the point or whatever the case is, this has been awesome. This is the part that Kevin filmed last night. It was too dark to see what we were kind of crawling down, but it's basically a pretty good slab shoot here. Like it's pretty vertical right about there. If Kevin would wait for me, I might even be able to show you how vertical it is, but it doesn't look like he's going to wait for me.
Golden right now.
We're all golden. It's golden hour, but we are off the trail officially. Guys, hold the
Rock. Amazing, wonderful. Did you
Loved
have
it.
fun?
Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that one actually. I really did. I really
It
did
was
like it.
absolutely beautiful trail. It was a ton of fun. We had an amazing group that came with us. No one died, no one broke. Guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember to find all of your Lite Brite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com, all of your Lite Brite Nation decals at PixelDecals.com.
And E3.com.
We love you,
E3offroad.com.
and we will see you next time.
Wow.
Stay. Go get him.